Rutgers and Howard. So Howard plays at Rutgers. Guys, the line here, the spread is 35.5 in favor of Rutgers, obviously. This game is on Thursday night, 6 o'clock on Big Ten Network. Larry Scott and Quinton Williams is the starting quarterback for Howard. Had to do some digging for that. That wasn't easy to find. And then head coach Greg Schiano and new quarterback, you've heard about him before, Curt, Ethan Kaliak Manis for Rutgers. Guys, this is a really interesting one with the line where it's at minus 35.5 for Rutgers. I don't know if I've ever seen Rutgers favored so highly before in a game, so I thought this was really interesting, and I was hoping to get you guys' thoughts on, just simply, do you think Rutgers can cover this game? I know this is an FCS opponent. I know Howard is not very good, but just looking at this game, I'm personally not going to bet it myself, but if we have any bettors out there looking to, bet this one, do you think you're going to take Rutgers and cover this one, or do you think that they're going to struggle a little bit more? Curt, we'll go to you first.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I would definitely not put money on this game. If I had to, I would probably pick Howard just because first game of the year, new quarterback, Ethan's coming over. So that's a lot of points they have to score just to cover the spread to begin with. And I still trust Rutgers to be able to run the ball, and I think they're going to run it a lot. You don't want to show off more than you have to in these non-conference games to start the season against a lesser opponent. So I think it would probably take a defensive score, maybe a blocked punt, just a dominant performance from the defensive side of the ball to continually give them a short field. I think Rutgers will dominate the game and win it comfortably. I just don't know if they'll cover that spread. That's a massive spread. So, I expect to see a lot of great things out of Rutgers' rushing attack, and curious to see how much they let Ethan throw it in this first game. Do they look at it? Minnesota, I know PJ looks at these games as an opportunity to just get in and get out, do as little as possible, not reveal anything, get the W and get out. I'm curious if Rutgers' approach will be let Ethan try and develop some chemistry with his receivers that he's going to be playing with for the first time in an actual game. So we'll see the mindset that they have in this game.
Yeah, great point there. New quarterback, he is experienced, but he's going to be coming in with new receivers and stuff. So, and the new receiver for Rutgers, Dymere Miller, he's going to have to create some connection with him. Sean asks, what channel will Iowa be on? It's going to be on Big Ten Network. Looks like right after this one. So this one starts at 6, and they say Illinois will start at 9. We'll see. You never know with these start times when you got them back to back. But Zack, your thoughts? Can Rutgers cover the 35.5?
I think they can. I don't know if they will, but just for a reference point, Harvard beat Howard 48-7 last year. Rutgers is better than Harvard. And not that transitive property ever works in college football. But I tend to agree. Like I would be surprised if they cover, because I think they'll probably call off the dogs, but I think there is a pathway. Like Rutgers has a two-headed monster at running back and Monangai and Sam Brown. And I'm with you, Curt and JR. I would not be surprised if Ethan Kaliak Manis stays in a little longer to develop chemistry. And, if Dymere Miller or Dremel gets free for, a touchdown or two late in the third quarter, you all of a sudden have a 45-7 lead, or, a 42-3 lead or something like that. I think you can see that. And I know Muhammad Toure went down. I don't think Howard's going to do anything on this defense, even without Toure in there. So I think it's unlikely, but I would give it like a 35% shot that they could cover.
Yeah, I think my thoughts in this one are, I look at what Rutgers did to Howard the last time they played. The last time they played was in 2016, and Rutgers won 52-14. Well, who was Rutgers back in 2016? It was the first year under Chris Ash, and they were 2-10. So Howard was one of those two, and they managed to beat that team by 38 points. So 35.5 in this one. Now, I will say the thing that gives me some caution is Northwestern did only beat Howard last year by 3. Northwestern, you talk about how Harvard beat them, 48-3, you said, Zack? Um,
48-7. 48
or 48-7. Northwestern only beat Howard 23-20, which, like, oh my word, if if Northwestern would have lost to Howard and they would have still had like 7 wins or something like that in the Big Ten, like, oh my gosh, what is going on? But thankfully they did not lose. They pulled it out. Rutgers is 5-0 all time against Howard with an average win margin of, you guys ready for it? 32.8.
Wow.
So I'm telling you, this is really close. Vegas knows what they're doing. Vegas did their homework on the Scarlet Knights and whatever Howard is, the Bisons, and whatever their nickname is. I didn't think to look that one up there. So I think that Rutgers will get it done. They are just a better all around team this year, and I think that they have a whole ton of momentum. They did lose Toure, and I think that is kind of a blow to their momentum with some of their guys. But at the end of the day, they still have Powell. They still have Aaron Lewis, Flip Dixon, Desmond Igbinosun? How do you say his? I forget what his first name is. But Igbinosun, the corner, is there as well. So I mean, they have a very good defense. I don't think they're going to miss Toure against Howard, and they're going to do just fine, limiting Howard to 3, maybe 7 points at most. So that's
you nailed it. It was Desmond.